Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a huge, great, big, beautiful Ornate garden bag. I love this suite. It is just so divine, and I love the fact that we've got it early. It's going to be in the annual catalogue, which goes live in June, but you can get hold of it now, and it comes with 2 stamp sets, 2 sets of dies, embossing folder, ribbons, gems, paper, all sorts. Anyway, I love it. I think this is just charming that it peeps a little bit of the inside pattern here and the beautiful outside. I've used one of the frame dies and a little bit of the stamping. And I'm actually going to use this paper. Now, it's not exactly the same inside, but it's just lovely. Not huge fan of Old Olive, liking the mint macaron. So I'm going to have this showing up on the outside. So, piece of paper, 12 by 12 inches, 30.5 by 30.5 centimetres. On the first side, score it at 2 inches, 5 3/4, 7 3/4, and 11.5 inches, which in metric is 5, 14.5, 19.5, and 29. And then turn it round and score it at 2 inches, 5 centimetres. So the finished size of it, it's 10 inches tall, 25.5 centimetres tall. It's 3 3/4 this way and 2 inches that way, which is 9.5 centimetres and 5 centimetres that way. So it's a whopper bag. This would be nice to pop some treats in and maybe leave on somebody's doorstep, just to say, you know what, I was thinking of you. Just a nice little pick-me-up if you're on your daily walk or something like that. You're going out for your daily exercise and you're passing a friend's house. Some little treats inside there would be lovely. Okay, so I've burnished all of my score lines. Actually, you can see it quite well on this shiny side. And what I'm going to do is I've got this long skinny bit down here. I'm going to cut that away and then cut these other 3 score lines. So I'm going to take that away. Oops. And then just cut down here. So the paper is doing the work for you. I love pattern paper. I was a paper girl before I became a demonstrator, and I've just realised my tear and tape is downstairs. So I'm just hunting for one. There's one. Yeah, I'm a real paper fan. I didn't ever do any stamping or die cutting before I joined Stampin' Up. Everything I did was papers and punches, and I didn't put sentiments or greetings on anything. No cards. I know, it sounds weird now, doesn't it? But yeah, that was very much my style of crafting, so I'm all about paper. So I put tear and tape down that tab, folded it over. So this is my back, so I'm going to fold in these 2 sides, and I'm going to put some tear and tape on what will be the front. So I put it on the inside there. I'll fold that part in and that part. So that's my seam at the back, and I've got a seam here. And then I'm just going to gently pinch. Now, there's no right or wrong place to do this, just wherever you fancy. So maybe fill it first and then say, well, you know, I want to have my fluting there, or I want it higher, or I want it much lower. It's entirely up to you. I haven't got anything to go inside this, so I'm just going about there because that seems like a good place. I've got my ribbon. This one is petal pink with a rose gold edge. Why did I pick that one out? I'm not really sure why I picked that one out. Don't like it. What do I want? I want some mint macaron. Why did I pinch? Where did I get that? Oh no, that's for a different project. I've got all of this week's video projects to the left of me, all lined up with all of the products I need to do. I will need during the video. And I pulled out a project for later in the week. So guess what? On Friday, there's going to be a project that features petal pink ribbon with rose gold edging. Only I could be so organised I get myself confused. Okay, so oh, these scissors. Maybe I shouldn't wrap birthday presents with them. Or use them to cut the paper. Oh, and I've twisted the... Oh, for goodness sake. Right, I'm going to put that back over here so that I don't lose it for next time. So. Anyway, okay. So I've got these beautiful frames. So these are the Ornate layers dies, and it's a big set. And it works for... when I can get in it. It works beautifully with the Ornate Style stamp set, the Ornate Thanks, just gorgeous. So this is the one I'm going to go with because it fits just nicely on the front there like that. And, oh, I didn't get any Whisper Light out. What is going on with me today? So, let's try this again. So I've got this here, so that's going to fit on there nicely. I've got my die cutting machine. And I've got a plate. I've got my magnetic platform, but it doesn't really matter. Just a platform, a clear plate, my Ornate frame over the cardstock. I'm offsetting it very slightly, just so that the pressure isn't all in one area all at the same time. And I'm going to run that back and forth a couple of times, just because I want to make sure that it is cut through. It hasn't, so let's scrap that bit and do it again. I'm just going to cut a piece of cardstock. So that's going to go over there, and I want to shim. So let me grab some cardstock. Can you tell that I suddenly realised that I had a couple of spare minutes for filming? While there was reasonable quiet going on, so I'm just creating a shim there, so that will cut through. And Sorrel wants to know exactly what I'm doing. And I need to offset it very slightly. That has all cut through, so definitely certainly with my big shot it needs the shim, so I'm just giving it a tap to try and get some of the parts out. And I'm just going to quickly poke these through. With my thank you cards the other month I used the other Ornate dies, or the other dies from this suite, and I cut nearly 200 die cut shapes. That's my brush, that might be easier. And then had to poke every single individual one out. Every single one of them. And this is going to take some time to do these, so I might pause this video and then come back to you, so bear with me. Okay, so all my little pieces are cut out, and yes, I was glad I turned off my camera then. So it's all cut out beautifully. It's delicate. It's worth putting in the time to do it. Okay, so this is the Ornate Style stamp set. I've got my daisy, and I've got a nice little corner to it. Now, on my original one, I stamped it in early espresso and then tried to pick up a bit of mint macaron, and you can see the early espresso bled, and I'm not going to do that again. Don't want to do that. So I'm going to go with Memento, and let me get a couple of blocks, which is here. I'm just going to stamp that one there. My little corner piece up there. And I probably should have done that before and then come back and done it afterwards, but I need that to dry. So let's let that dry. And then I'm going to get a couple of markers. I want Rococo Rose. And I want a nice green. And I'm going to go with, I think I will go with Old Olive. So, and I'm just colouring in that leaf. And I don't want that actually, I want crushed curry, I think, for the centre of the flower. And maybe I'll take a blend in Rococo Rose. There we go, just to put a tiny little flick in those petals. Just simple and pretty, easy. And that's going to go on the front here with some dimensionals. Brand new packet. And onto the front. And that is a nice bag. I think so anyway. I think it's lovely. I like the different patterns peeping from the inside. I love the shape, I love the size, love all of it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.